Welcome back to the channel, and today we are back on the Copart Boxster. If you remember, we got an unprecedented amount of views on this car, 80,000 views, which is like 100 times more than any other video. So thanks to all you guys that watched it. In this video, you're going to learn about what's happened since the last episode. We're going to do some DIY on it and do a bit more catch-up maintenance. And to do that, come to the camera. Very special guest to the channel, Granty.
Hello, YouTubies.
Hello, YouTubies. Hello, YouTubies. Hello, YouTubies.
I'll post a link to Grant's channel in the description, but you probably already know who Grant is. Before we get started on the Boxster, tell us a bit of a history then, Mark, on what's happened since the last episode.
Okay, so as you know, we got the car, it needed a little bit more TLC than what we thought. Since the last channel video, I spent quite a bit of money doing little tinker things, you know, replacing screws and trying to do preventative maintenance. Well, the wheels need doing, which I'm getting done in a couple of weeks' time. The interior's been sorted out, but today, because I don't know what state that the engine is in with regards to the cooling system, because we had a lot of issues with the cooling system when we first picked it up.
Yeah.
I thought what I'll do is just to get a fresh start with it, we're going to, obviously with Grant's help today, we're going to do obviously the water pump,
Yeah.
the thermostat and the sender, only because I thought there was an issue with the dashboard or the sender, which it turned out to be, it was nothing really. It was just that the system was not fully flushed through and there was a lot of air in the system, so that kept throwing up like sort of false messages on the screen saying that there was a coolant issue. But that's been rectified, but I just thought, you know what, we'll drain it all, get new coolant in there, new water pump, new thermostat, and just start from fresh. And then I know we've done some quite decent preventative maintenance, hopefully, going forward.
Yeah, because the big question mark when we picked the car up was, obviously it had a coolant fault, and did that mean that there was a head gasket failure or something that was causing the car to overheat? And that was the main worry, really, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we took it for a drive, didn't we, up and down the road, and it seemed to flush itself through, and we were happy with the fact that it was reaching temperature. It's just because it kept going up to about 80 degrees, and then it was dropping off down to 0, which was like as if, you know, it was cold, which was really, really weird.
Yeah.
But looking on the forums with the 986 Boxster group chats, it says, you know, if you don't flush your system through all these air bubbles in there, that can give a false reading, and rather than go over, it drops down to like a 0. So I thought to myself, right, let's just bleed the system, which we did last time, and then thankfully from that, and it's worked fine.
And you've been using it regularly, haven't you? Weekly,
yeah, just like, I mean, at weekends, going out on drives with friends and things like that, in groups.
And another thing that we've sorted, or you've sorted, is the radio, isn't it?
Yeah, so all the wiring behind the back was in a little bit of a poor state from a previous guy who had a stereo in there. He'd not looked after it. I don't know how he could have damaged it per se, but I took it to one of the local Porsche specialists down the road, and they managed to redo all the wirings, put a new block on the back, and now it works as it should with the ignition on. And
you've gone for a Becker radio, right?
Yeah, and it's just the fact that I find it hard to try and find a second-hand one on eBay or for the group forums, or people are asking quite a lot of money for them because they know they're in limited supply nowadays. I got that quite cheap. I only got it for 60 quid.
Yeah, 60 quid. Nice little upgrade, wasn't it?
Got in touch with the guy, yeah. And,
so the wheels then, what colour are you going for?
Just silver. I was contemplating getting the outside lips maybe sort of chromed, that effect, that sort of polished, and then have the centres, well, the rest of them, because they are genuine split rims, but it depends if we have any issues getting the screws out, really. Ideally, I'd like to just get them silver, if I could, because I just think the silver on the black car will look better, and rather than just the sort of gloss black look, personally. Each to their own, but yeah.
I totally agree. And on my 987, it's exactly the same story. I feel like the grey/black wheels just don't look right on the car. But Granty's car, let's go and have a quick look at yours.
Go ahead.
Yours looks really nice on those black wheels. And I have to say, it's very clean, especially considering you've driven from Kent. Now I've seen it in real life, I really like the spoiler. It's cool, isn't it? What's that back bumper? Is that an anniversary back bumper or something?
Facelift.
Facelift back bumper. Yeah, it looks really cool, mate. With the yellow bolts, it pops, doesn't it? So what's on the agenda today then for the maintenance?
I think first and foremost, we're going to be looking at the water pump, thermostat and the sender. It's all the same thing while you're in there. I think part of it, we want to show Mark a bit more about the car, accessing different bits.
Yeah.
And then we've got a few other little bits if time allows, which, we'll get through.
Cool. It'll be interesting to see what the coolant's like, won't it? The colour of it, whether it... Is it supposed to be green? Is it green coolant on these? Orange. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be interesting if it's orange or whether it's just water, which it probably is because someone's been topping it up regularly, haven't they? Just in case you can't remember from the previous video, the owner that we actually rang, which we shouldn't have done on the Copart video, had a radiator failure, and essentially that was the turning point where he decided he wanted to get rid of his car because he was sick of spending money on it. But I think what had happened, it was a combination of a few irritating faults and him not having the means to repair it properly.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think he actually mentioned something about oil pressure, and
he did actually. Yeah, he thought that it lost oil pressure.
I remember. Yeah, I remember the oil pump. I remember hearing that and thinking that doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah.
I actually had a conversation with Mark on the phone not long after, and I was like, I don't think it's that. I think that sounds like you've got. To me, I think it was a big bubble in the air in the water system.
Yeah.
But you know, just good preventative maintenance to change it out anyway. So it's not that difficult, doesn't take that long.
No. Should we get it up in the air and get it drained?
Yeah, let's get it done.
Cool. So the car's in the air and we are just going to have a quick look at the engine, and I'm going to get Grant to give us his thoughts on what he thinks the engine bay's looking like.
But in terms of like in here, you'll often quite get, you can see a bit of it here, but you'll get a lot of oil sitting at the top that's coming through from the separator. But this one looks very, very normal. And we've just shown Mark that his air filter is living in here if he wants to service that. But I would say that looks pretty happy from what we can see. It's very normal in these.
The belt doesn't look too bad actually. But I've been trying to go through all the the paperwork and the history in the folder, seeing if it's had like an auxiliary belt, water pump, and there's no mention of it at all.
So where's the water pump on this then, Grant? Because I've never done one before.
It's there, mate.
Oh, just there?
Yeah. So this is the guy down here.
It's all 10 mils, but all different extensions is what you want to be able to access each of them, because it's almost like they've all got their own carrot. Half of them from the top's easier, half of them from the bottom, but we'll go under the car in a minute. We'll get the tray out the way. We'll unclip some of the hoses and get some of the coolant out first.
All right, and 16 litres of coolant to drop.
Yes, well, there should be.
It would be interesting to see what's in there, won't it?
As long as there's not goldfish or something, yeah. Well, it's pink. Look. What colour is it? Pink.
It's like a pale pink though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad actually, it's pink though.
Water pump ready to come out?
Hopefully.
Does it come out through the top?
I always drop it at the bottom. It's easier to get it past the hoses than to navigate it through here, I find.
God, it's tight, isn't it? It's coming now. Ready for extraction?
Yeah.
Go on then. Be interesting to see what that's like compared to the other one. Whether the impeller's got play in it and things like that. Since it's a nice day, I've given the 987 a little wash. So that will last about a day before it looks shitty again. Let's have a look at the water pump.
That's not a metal gasket.
No. Why would someone have siliconed it like that?
Because it bodges.
It doesn't look in bad condition though, does it?
No.
No. But this is not going to be helping it. It's gunky.
No.
Yeah. Although it wasn't leaking, we're only doing it as a precaution.
No, but it's restricted it.
And you don't want that to have tracked into your yeah. Better out than in that is then, isn't it? This is the new water pump and the new gasket.
There's three here. And
So that's definitely going to be an improvement. Quick look at the new thermostat. May as well replace it while you're in there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Water pump mating surface had a load of RTV and stuff on it, so Mark's just cleaned that with a bit of emery cloth just to make it nice and smooth. RTV on the old thermostat as well.
Yeah, but the right gasket, weirdly.
Someone that doesn't know what they're doing's fitted that, haven't they?
Yes.
They're being overcautious, is what I'd say. To put it polite. Hey, yeah.
Well,
Thanks, Grant.
out with the old, in
Do you
with
want
the
me to go
new.
underneath and clean it off?
Yeah, if you want to, that's fine by me.
Just going back to the 987 for a minute, I know you guys absolutely went mad in the comments about how gash my interior mods were. We're going to do another video on this and we're going to make some changes. What I've done since filming that last one is I have changed this silver bit to blue. So if you remember in the last video I had the blue part, and that seems to help, seems to look better. General consensus from humans that have seen the car in real life, not as bad as it looks, is it, on the video?
It's a bit of me anyway. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm warming to it, but just needs a few more tweaks, I think, before I'm fully happy with it. Are we nearly ready to go in with the water pump?
Yeah, pump's going in. I'll nick one of them off there. Is that a long one? On a long one?
No.
This is not a how-to video, by the way.
There is a how-to of this on my channel.
Yeah, check out Grant's channel if you want to know exactly how to change the water pump or do a variety of different things to your 986. You're making that look so easy.
Yeah.
The water pump and the thermostat is now back on the car. Granty's just putting the coolant pipes back on. He's just bolting things together and getting everything nipped up, ready to bleed the coolant. Annoyingly, we lost all of the rest of the footage. We haven't got any footage of refilling and bleeding the coolant, but everything's back together now and it's all looking good. It's a hot day today, so let's have a recap on what you've done.
Well, coolant replacement for what came out with the water pump, thermostat, sender.
So now we've just got to tidy up. Grant works on subscribers' cars on the Granty's Garage channel, so do you want to just explain what you offer?
Yeah, sure thing. So, based in Kent, if you've got any work that needs doing on a 986 that you would want to bring by that we could potentially do for you, the idea is we get a video out of it, it goes into the library of how to DIY these cars. The whole premise of that being that these cars are only a few grand these days, and some of the labour that you have to pay for some of the jobs you need doing just doesn't warrant against like the percentage cost of the car. So we're trying to educate people to feel more prepared to do those jobs themselves. So if you hit me up on Instagram, it's the easiest place to just message me at Granty's Garage. Let us know what you've got, what you need doing. I could talk you through like the parts that you need and things like that, and we could set up a time. You could bring the car down, we could do the job for you and get another video for the library out of it. It's good fun. We get pizza too quite often.
Perfect. Thanks for watching. The Copart Boxster, obviously it's up in the air at the minute and looking a bit scrappy. The next update video we do on this, it will be polished, it's probably going to have the wheels refurbished, badge fitted on the back, so there's no badge on there. You'll notice the spoiler's gone, by the way, so that's another job that I forgot to mention earlier. Stick around, don't forget to subscribe if you like Boxster content. We've got more coming on my 987 and Mark's 986, and possibly you might see Granty on the channel again as well. So yeah, take it easy, have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you soon.